Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Russ. Welcome to today's show. Today I am here with the amazing, the incredible Mark Von Muser, who is our Director of Sales here at Clients on Demand. And what we're going to be talking about on today's show is the art of premium pricing. So how do you charge more than your competitors? And can you do it now? Do you need special permission? Do you need a certification? How do you break into that marketplace as the premium price solution? And so this is something that's very important for you guys to understand. When clients come to work with us at COD, it doesn't really matter what they were charging or what they've been charging historically. A lot of the people who come to work with us have been charging like $20 or $97 or $100 an hour or whatever it is, but they're charging a rate that's either right in line with whatever everybody else in their market is charging or actually below what everyone else in their market is charging. And what we do with every single one of our clients is we get them to raise their price on their front end offer to between $3,000 and $10,000 and sometimes even more than that. So it's really important that you guys understand this because it doesn't matter what you've been charging. It doesn't matter what your competitors are charging. What matters is what you want to charge. And you also don't need, and this is something we're going to talk about, you don't need some sort of like value ladder or some ascension model, which, a lot of people used to teach where it's like, first they sign up for your free thing and then they, and then they sign up for your $7 thing and then they sign up for your $27 thing and then $97 thing. And then at some point, like 6 months from now, you're actually going to offer them your premium priced program, which is what you really wanted to sell them in the first place. We don't teach that. So every single one of our clients is rolling out an offer between 3 and 10K, and sometimes even more than that. And that's the very first thing that they're offering their clients. And that's usually the only thing that they're offering their clients. So I want you guys to understand what that means for you. What that means for you is that if you've been undercharging, you need to stop. If you've been focusing on what your competitors are charging, you need to disregard that completely. And if you've been thinking that you got to sell people a bunch of little cheap crap that they don't need so that you can build a relationship and then eventually you can sell them something that they do need and that you got to spend 6 or 7 months doing that, that is absolutely not true. The truth, the honest to God truth is that if you have something that's transformational, you can charge and you should charge between $3,000 and $10,000 for it. And it should be the very first thing you offer them. And most of your sales, if your marketing is powerful enough, should come within 24 to 48 hours of that person clicking on your ad, even if they don't know who you are. So you should be able to take people from browsing around on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube or wherever they're watching, wherever they're watching your ads, to having no idea who the hell you are, to clicking on your ad, to investing in one of your programs at $3,000 to $10,000 or more within like 24 hours. So that's what we're talking about here. And I know that that flies in the face of conventional wisdom. And you've probably heard a lot of people either on other podcasts or in other products or on Facebook or wherever telling you things that are exact opposite of this. But look, we've got a company where, we're doing well over $10 million a year. We're probably going to do somewhere in the neighborhood of $20 million a year this year. And that is our only strategy. And we've got all these clients as well that are running 7-figure businesses. And that's what they're doing too. So we've proven that these ideas, even if they fly in the face of conventional wisdom, we've proven that these ideas are true, not just in our niche or our market, but in like every niche and market we've really tried this in, from relationship coaching to business coaching to financial advisors to doctors and healthcare professionals. Any market where what you're providing is a big transformational outcome for your clients, you should be charging accordingly, and you can do it. And you can charge those kinds of prices up front, regardless of what your competitors might be charging. And that's what me and Mark want to break down for you today. So Mark, welcome. It's great to have you here. Let's get into this, man. So we've talked about what the possibility is. Now let's talk about how to actually go out and do it.
Yeah, I'm excited about this topic, Russ, because it's funny. I remember I used to have a friend that used to sell yellow page ads. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of like you're talking about conventional wisdom. In the old days, when you arrived and you could afford it, that was where you put your money. And you get a little one and then you'd spend more and get a big one. What it became when the paradigm shifted, there was a lag time of about 3 to 5 years when the buyers stopped using the yellow pages and when they had moved onwards to online marketing. Okay. So the reason this is so funny is I remember talking to him and I said, why does somebody keep giving you money? He goes, oh, it's simple. He goes, we tell them the reason that the old ad didn't work was it wasn't big enough. You got to spend more money. You need a bigger ad. And when that didn't work next year, they said, well, you don't have color. You need to do a full page with color. And everybody that kind of was able to step back could realize that the pendulum, the old truth was not the new truth. And there's a similarity here. And the old truth was cheap is better. But wait, there's more. Buy now and we'll throw in a free set of steak knives. And if you do it, we'll even give you free shipping. And they gave you more stuff. The entire pendulum and the truth is different today. And so one of the big ones, I mean, I loved the talk when I was talking to you about this, because it's like the people that get to the front of this are going to be the ones that get to embrace the new truth that is showing up in marketing and new clients. And it's their belief that it has to be the low ticket. It's their belief, well, that guy said, well, just like the people told him you need a bigger ad in the yellow pages. Go find a yellow pages today if you can. And it's like, if you keep listening to people who made their money 10 years ago, you're going to always be struggling. And there's a new truth today. And one of the things that I love about this is it's like, it's also not, I see the other end of the spectrum too, where you're seeing people that don't have strategies and they're saying, oh, just charge more. That also isn't all of it. That's like saying, hey, 5-foot guy, go slam a basketball. He might want to slam it, but he can't do it and he doesn't have a strategy. And Spud Webb, who was 5'7", did get a strategy, trained his through plyometrics, and actually did win a slam dunk contest. But he had a strategy. And it's crazy because you can charge high prices. It's better to charge a fair rate. And your clients, ultimately what this is really about is your clients will get a better result. Mm-hmm. Because
so that's a really important distinction, Mark. You cannot just charge more. And I want you guys to understand this. I'm not just saying, hey, 10x your prices and all will be well. There's an art to doing this, and there's an art to doing this properly. And so probably the biggest question we get when new people come into Clients on Demand is they ask themselves, well, how do I differentiate myself? I'm coming into this market. Let's just say you're like a personal development coach and you look around and there's all these personal development coaches out there. There's like Tony Robbins and all the people he's certified. There's all these big name personal development coaches that have been in this space for years and years, and they have the beautiful branding and they have the gorgeous websites and they have all these things. And you're like, well, why would anyone give me money and hire me when they can hire one of those people? And that's the biggest question we get is, how do I differentiate? And I'm going to give you the answer right now. The way that you differentiate is results. That's the way that you differentiate. Because here's the thing. I don't care what niche you're in. I don't care what market you're in. Most people are still focused on selling information instead of transformation. And it's really important that you guys understand this distinction. To sell information is to say that the only thing that's stopping people from getting what they want is that they don't know how. And so I'm going to sell my ebook, or I'm going to sell my video course, or I'm going to sell a seminar or something teaching people how to do something. But what people are gradually beginning to realize is that learning how to do something and just knowing how to do something is like 5% of the freaking problem. Mm-hmm. And the industry still hasn't figured that out yet. People are still selling information and selling information and selling information, and then they're shocked when like 5% or less of their clients actually turn around and get results. So guys, I want you to understand that is the norm. And that's the norm, no matter how big of a, big name someone is, no matter how popular someone is, no matter how big of a celebrity someone is. The bottom line is most people are shelling out money and then not getting the result. And the reason they're not getting the result is because the coach or the business owner or whoever it is doesn't understand the difference between information and transformation. So if you're going into these markets and you're just trying to sell information, yeah, it's really, really tough to differentiate yourself. But if you're going into these markets and you're selling something that is results driven and outcome driven, now you've got something that you can sell for $3,000 to $10,000 or more. Because the bottom line is this: people are sick and tired of all this how to. People want to get the outcome. And most coaches, no matter how big they are just not willing to give people the kind of support and to put the kind of energy and integrity and blood, sweat, and tears into their programs to actually go out there and create results. So if you are a coach, or if you're a consultant, or if you're any kind of service provider, really, I want you to take a long look at what you're offering. And I want you to think to yourself, what can I do to take my expertise and build an offer around it that is actually transformative? That's not just going to give people a bunch of information and say, hey, peace, good luck, have fun figuring that out, and let them figure it out on their own. But that's actually going to coach people through the process of following the steps and getting the result. So will I pay $5,000 or $10,000 to learn how to do something? Hell no. But will I pay $5,000 to $10,000 to actually create a meaningful, measurable change in my life? Yes. And if you understand that, now you've got a game plan for going into any market you want to go into and dominating, because your results and your marketing and your integrity will speak for themselves. Now, again, it's not quite that simple. There's an art to doing this. And this is what we tell, this is the process that we coach our clients through when they come to work with us at Clients on Demand. But if I could boil down like the whole thing to one idea that's going to make all the difference, it's that one word: results. If your marketing is results driven, and your ads are results driven, and your programs are results driven, where you're actually helping people create a real transformation and not just kind of just giving them some vague information and letting them figure it out on their own, but it's actually transformative, you have the power to go into any market you want and just dominate it, because the bar is set so low where very, very few programs are actually getting people results. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I love this, Russ. This is so much fun. I was talking yesterday with a client who's an amazing guy, James Mock, and we were talking, and he gave me a great quote, which I loved, which was, a coach can only take you as far as he's gone. Okay. So let's think about that. A lot of these people that kind of did it the old way, they did launches, they did low ticket, they did these, these things. That's what they were trained in. So anything other than what they've trained in, they have no reference for it. That's what they know. And what happens is then when we're showing them, and we get this all the time, we get all these people that are like, how come I did their programs and I never got it? Because they've never done what we've done. Mm-hmm. They're trained. It's almost like they're trained in Spanish and they're asking now to learn how to speak German. It's not their skill set, and they can't give you what they don't have. The other thing that's so interesting that I saw when we're doing this, I remember, it was a while ago, but I remember somebody getting into an online argument, if you will, with you about you can't make money unless you have a big website. And you were like, look, I've helped people make 6 figures a month and they don't have a website. And this person, now guess what? That person sold websites. They were trained, you have to have a website. And so that's all they could see the world through, was the old paradigm. And you would show reference after reference after reference after reference after reference of showing people that didn't have a website now, because their expertise was in articulating the problem accurately like a laser and how to solve it. And everyone else was talking about, let's look at how good my color scheme is. Let's talk about my brand. That's the key. Let's talk about your offer needs to be 47 because statistics show 47 is better than 39, dollars. And all that's stupid because that's all they know. And one of the fastest ways to cut to the chase is, let's look at the fruit on the tree and think about how many, if you've got a goal to make $50,000 a month and you want to do that and you have a $47 offer, what is the lifeline for you to get it? I don't know if there's enough years in the world to get there, but if you know how to get a premium rate and you know how to do that, it's like if you've got a $5,000 offer and you want to make 50 grand, that means you need to know how to get to 10 people. That's a lot more doable. But It's so funny watching you where people would be arguing with you because they're defending their limitations. They're defending, oh, well, it's got to be 47, Russ. Look at Guru number X. He does 47. Okay, great. You've been doing Guru X's program for 3 years and it's still not working. And you've looked over here and see people that wanted to go into the right ticket and their clients are getting better results and they're now hitting their goals.
Yeah. So guys, like, it really comes down to this. Why hire me? What is your value proposition, right? Like, why should people hire you? And a lot of people are going to lead you astray on this, where they're going to say, well, is it hire me because I have better branding and I have the most beautiful website? Is it hire me because I have a New York Times bestseller, or hire me because I have all this like beautiful pictures that I've taken of me like walking on the beach in really amazing clothes, and or hire me because I have these really cute, fun videos that are interesting to watch. Here's the thing. None of that shit matters. Your audience doesn't care about any of those things. At best, they just get attention for a half a second so that you actually watch the thing. But at the end of the day, the only thing your clients care about and the only thing your audience cares about is what is the outcome that you're going to help them create. And that's what you guys need to understand. You know, Mark, I was talking to one of our clients today on on the Q&A call, and this person had been agonizing for like a few days about, well, what do I call my program? What should I title my program? And this person was blown away when I told them, like, hey, listen, the program that we sell, Clients on Demand, it didn't even have a name until we were already doing about $200,000 a month with it. And he couldn't believe that. And I was like, well, when your marketing is dialed in, nobody cares what the thing is called. Like literally nobody asked. I mean, you walk in you would go in and log into our members area and it would say something like Russ Ruffino training or something at the top. I mean, but the thing is, it doesn't matter because nobody cares about how beautiful your branding is. And no one cares about how cool your photos are. And no one cares about videos where you're, you know, posing in front of some private jet that you don't own. People care about what is this guy going to do for me? What problems is this person going to solve for me? And so what I want all of you guys to understand is that you are not paid for your time. You're not paid for your expertise. You're not paid for your celebrity. You're not paid for your celebrity authority. What you're paid for is the value of the outcomes that you deliver, period, end of story. So if you're a relationship coach, let's just say, and you help people, let's say, save their marriage, just to pick something out of thin air, right? You've got this incredible ability where you've got this couple, their marriage is falling apart. They're looking down the barrel of a long, nasty divorce, and you can come in and get them talking to each other again and actually save that marriage. Well, what the hell is that worth? Is that worth $100 an hour or $200 an hour? Or is that worth a $27 ebook? No, that's freaking priceless. You're telling me that if I work with you, not only am I not going to get divorced, but you're going to reconnect me with like the love of my life, and I can restore that happiness. I will pay you anything if you can really do that. So for you to charge $3,000 to $10,000, no problem. It's a no-brainer. Do you understand? So that is what all of your positioning and all of your marketing and all of your delivery should be built around. It's all around the outcome where that is what you're differentiating on. You're not saying hire me because I have great branding. You're not saying hire me because I'm a big shot celebrity and I did a TED talk and I have a New York Times bestseller and all this other stuff. I don't have any of those things. You're saying, and we're running this massive business, but what you're saying is hire me because here's the problem you have and you want to get here. You're stuck here at this terrible place and you have this terrible problem and you want to get this outcome. Great. Let's make that happen. And if you get that, guys, and you really understand that at a deep level, then that's like the first step toward really being able to command those prices that you want. But also it's the first step toward building a business that really makes an impact. Because what really used to make me nuts, guys, is that I started out in that low ticket world. And I started out doing like these big launches and we would do launches and we would sell something for, I don't know, $27 or $97 or whatever it was. And then it was great. You know, I would do the launches and I would make, we would have a successful launch. We'd make money. We'd sell thousands of copies of something. But what started to make me nuts, guys, is that people would come to me and they would say, Russ, that product was amazing. It was great. I really liked it. It was one of the best products I ever bought. I said, cool. What'd you do with it? And they go, well, nothing, I'll get around to it. And after having that conversation like hundreds of times where people were like, this is the best thing I've ever bought. Great. Did you take action? Well, no. After having that conversation so many times, it really started to bother me. And I said, look, and this is cool. People are happy. No one's complaining. I'm selling stuff. I'm making a little, I'm making some decent money, not great money, but decent money. But am I really making a difference? Am I really making an impact? Are people taking action? Are people getting results? And the answer was no, they're just not doing anything. And the reason they weren't doing anything is because the price was so low and because it was just information. So what I said to myself was, what would happen if I flipped this entire model on its head, where instead of trying to sell something at a cheap price to thousands of people, I increased the price to a premium price and just worked with a smaller number of people and really did what it took to actually take them to the result. Where I'm not just going to, again, say, here's the roadmap, now go follow it, but I'm actually holding their hand and coaching them every step of the way to create this amazing outcome. And when I did that, some amazing things happened. First of all, my income like 10x'd in like 1 month. I think I did 20,000 one month, and then I did 200,000 the next month when I made that switch. And then we've continued to grow from there. But what the really great part is now people were showing up committed. Now people were taking action. Now I was attracting clients that didn't just want to dabble. They really wanted to fix the problem. And so they showed up, they did everything I told them to do, and they got results that weren't just good. They got results that were life-changing. And so that's what I want you guys to understand, is I know that the idea of raising your prices and commanding that premium price, it might be kind of scary, especially if you're new to the market, or especially if you've been accustomed to selling your stuff at a lower price point. The idea of raising your prices to $3,000 on the front end might seem crazy. You might be going, well, Russ, how the hell do I do that? That's wild. I don't even know. I'm so scared to do that. But what you have to understand is that when you do that, and you do that successfully, so many amazing things happen. First of all, you have a lot more disposable cash, because now every single time you're enrolling a client, you're making like 3 to 10K. So it's like, if you want to get to $100,000 a month and your offer's 5,000, you need 20 clients a month. That's, that's not a cakewalk, but it's a hell of a lot easier than having something that's 10,000, that's like, $100 and trying to sell 1,000 copies of it. It's much, much easier. And not only that, but those people are showing up committed. Those people are showing up ready to work. They're showing up ready to kick some butt. They're going to do everything you tell them to do, and they're going to get this incredible result, because you're giving them a VIP experience, because now you only have like 20 clients to work with. So I hope you understand the power of that when you understand this thing that I'm sharing with you about commanding the premium pricing and building everything around the outcome you deliver, you're going to attract a better quality of client. You're going to make a lot more money a lot faster. You're going to have a lot more freedom, because now you don't have all this customer support to deal with, and you're going to be able to really make a huge impact and a huge difference in these people's lives. I'm telling you, it's the shift, it's the change that changes everything. You just have to understand this idea, and you have to apply it correctly. And if you need our help doing that, we can talk about how to do that. But if that's what you're looking to do, nothing will change and transform your business faster.
Yeah, because you came up and that's what everybody was telling you to do. You know what I mean? Do a launch, do a low ticket. And again, you were committed, but it was a grind. And there are a couple points I wanted to stack on that, because what you said, guys, he's not just blowing theory. He's been in both camps, and he's spent a ton of money. Thank God to you. And for me and us, he invested that in finding a better way. So here's a couple things too. This was something that I remember. Free advice is worth the amount of the investment. That's really it. So when you're doing a low ticket, that's the amount of leverage you're going to get on the client. That's the type of hook you're using. So if you've got a little tiny hook, you're going to catch guppies. That's it. And so the second one too is that it's one thing too. Russ said something I want to make sure you guys captured. One of the things is you have to be committed to delivering the outcome. It's why 30% of the people we speak to, we love them. We have a great call, but we don't even make an offer because they can't deliver. And our team are experts in identifying who has a signature offer and who could really deliver and who's committed to delivering the value to the client. We aren't just here giving people, giving them the keys to the kingdom if they're schmucks and they're not going to go make a big difference in the world. And so you have to be able to deliver, and it's really a commitment to deliver. And most of the time, a lot of the clients we get, thank God, they're experts in their field. They just don't know how to get into high pricing, and they don't know how to get ideal clients. And part of that is because they don't have a funnel. They have to fight for what they get. They might get 4 people a month to talk to, maybe in a week. So, oh God, they got their bills. They got to pay their bills one way or the other. So they're going to settle for what they get. And when you understand how to build a pipeline and a funnel that pre-qualifies, pre-selects, and is really hitting on the language and the expertise, all of a sudden your calendar can be however many people a day you want to talk to that are pre-qualified. That's a very fun place to live. And the last one was, we hear this time and time again from people in Clients on Demand. Every time they raise their investment for their program, they get better clients. They get better clients who do the work. They get less hassle, less drama. Like gospel, they said, man, when I used to charge $500 to $1,000, they argued and didn't do shit. And now that I'm charging $3,000, $5,000, they're on the call early. They're doing the work and they're getting results. And so half of the battle for great coaching is getting the right people in your program. It's a big part of it. A horse can be led to water, but you can't make it drink. And that's the same thing. A client that's not committed, and if you're attracting and only asking for a little bit, that's on you. You know what I mean? You don't believe in your program enough, or you haven't done the work, or you don't have a strategy. But it's like, and again, even the pricing, the way that we look at pricing is a gift to the client, because it's enough skin in the game for them to show up and finally, for the first time in their life, get that outcome. That's really it. If you've been struggling with weight loss your whole life and you're 300 pounds and you know you're a walking heart attack, and you've tried Weight Watchers, you've tried Jenny Craig, you've tried keto, you've tried starvation, you've tried fasting, and you're still 300 pounds. What's it worth to you to get back to your optimal body for the next 50 years? Mm-hmm. What's it worth for you to be that example to your son who's now starting to become obese and he's only 13? What's it worth to you to avoid a heart attack, which is about 1 to 2 years away? What is it worth for you to get your pride and your power back? And that's the key to this whole thing. If you don't charge enough, you are doing your clients a massive disservice, all because usually you don't have the skill or you don't have the belief in yourself and your ability.
So Mark, our client Jen just made a great comment. She said, yes, that happened to me. I raised from 4K to 5K to 7K, and now she's getting better clients. So guys, even that difference between when you think, well, what's the difference between 4K and 5K? It's that level of commitment where literally you can see a tangible difference in how people are showing up between whether you're charging 4K or 5K or 7K. And every time you raise that price, you're just going to get more and more and more committed clients. And look, guys, if you're really running a business where you're serious about making a difference in the world, then I don't know about you, but I want those clients that are ultra committed, because if someone's just dabbling or just kind of dipping their toes in the water, they're not going to create a real transformation. But if you can start to attract clients that are dead serious about getting this outcome, those people will follow you. They will do what you tell them to do. They'll go through the fire. They'll go through the challenges. And then you get the joy of looking at your clients and just looking across this huge body of work. And you can see the changes that you've created in people's lives. And what happens once you get in that groove is that gets way more addictive than like making the money or making the profit or whatever, even though you're making the money and the profit too. But what really is going to get you out of bed in the morning is the difference you're making in the world and the difference you're making in people's lives. And that's what we want for you. That's what we want you to be able to create in your business. So anyway, guys, I guess the bottom line is that right now, if you're stuck in this low ticket hell, or if you're undercharging, or if you're not getting the kind of clients that you want, we want to be able to help you overcome that. And so the way we can do that for you is I want you to reach out and book a call to speak to us. In order to do that, you go to clientsondemand.com/talk. When you go to that page, you're going to see our calendar. There's a bunch of available appointment spots. Just snag one that works for you. We'll get on the phone with you for about 45 minutes, and we'll help you pinpoint what that ideal pricing should be, and what is your offer, and what is your magic, and what is the gift that you're meant to give to the world, and what should your strategy be for actually going out there and building that business that you want. It's going to be the best 45 minutes to an hour you've ever spent working on your business. And if you've never been able to charge these kinds of prices before, I think it's really going to open your eyes to have that conversation. So go to clientsondemand.com/talk. Let's see. Someone in the comments actually made a made a really great point.
I wanted to point out there's two things I wanted to add here. Nikki actually has an MBA from Ivy League school. He's from Business World, and you helped Nikki raise his prices from 1,500 to 1,000 to 2,010 out of 6,500. His mastermind has gone from $10,000 to $40,000, and already right now it's a lot more. But he's added over $250,000 because you've shown him how to do this and do it with grace and do it the right way and attract the right clients. The other one that you did was with Dr. Bunk, Jen Bunk. She's also super smart. She's got a doctorate in organizational psychology, and she works in a skeptical field. Her clients are all scientists and engineers and things like that, and it works for them too. And Dr. Bunk is not some fast talker, in your face, like high pressure deal. She's intelligent, she's present, and it frickin' works. And it works for Nikki, and it works for the people that do it. And it's freaking amazing when you get to see that, and you see good people who can deliver for the clients. And now they're getting paid, they're getting taken care of, and their clients are getting better and better and better results.
Yeah, Kevin left a comment where he said, one of the biggest problems I find personally is far too many people are doing what you suggest in terms of raising their prices, but they've never invested in themselves at the same level.
Oh, that's good.
I feel that's out of alignment, and an element people may not realize is that plays a major role in being in this type of business. So guys, that's actually an excellent point. Yep. Is that you attract the kind of client that you are. If you know that you should be investing in yourself at a premium price, but you're like, oh, I'm not going to pay 4K for this, I'm not going to pay 5K for that, but you're trying to charge those prices in your work, you're going to have a hell of a time enrolling new clients because, again, you attract the kind of client that you are. But if you show up coachable and you're serious about results and you're willing to invest in good quality, like transformational mentoring, you're going to attract people that are willing to do that too. I don't even want to tell you guys how much money I've spent learning from different mentors and different experts. And some of them were great. Some of them were not so great. But I tell you, I learned something really valuable from every single one of them. And I got distinctions from every single one of them that are making a big difference in our business today. So guys, it's all there for you. Reach out and book a call to talk to us. It's clientsondemand.com/talk. Joe asked a really good question. He said, how do you elevate your mindset past imposter syndrome, especially when you live in a very noisy place? Well, Joe, I don't know if you were here for the beginning of this show, but that's the thing is like you when you begin to realize that what you're paid for at the end of the day, what you're paid for is the value of the results that you deliver. And you really internalize that and understand that. Then you look at the competitors in your space. It's going to be shocking to you how few of your competitors are even trying to get people results. They're not even trying. They're just trying to, either be a big shot or be a celebrity or sell a bunch of books or whatever it is. Like results don't even enter into the freaking equation. I remember when I was first starting out and I was thinking about making this shift that I told you guys at the, earlier in the call where I was going to shift to this high ticket, high impact, high results model. I was watching a video course by a very, very, very well-known, I would say like legendary marketing guru. And I was watching his program and what he said was, and this blew my mind, guys, what he said was, don't even try to get results for people because you're just going to frustrate them and you're just going to piss them off and they're going to be mad and they're not going to like it and they're going to do their own thing anyway. So don't even bother. Just try to delight your clients and put on a little song and dance and keep them curious and keep them interested and keep them engaged. And that's all you have to do. And when I read that, guys, it broke my heart. I was like, this cannot be true. Like, and this was someone whose opinion I really trusted, but I was like, please, God, do not let this be true. And I said, you know what, man, look, I'm going to bet my whole business on the fact that this guy's wrong. I'm going to do the opposite of everything he's saying. I'm going to put myself out there. It's not going to be about fluff. It's not going to be about great branding. It's going to be about real transformation. And I'm going to do everything I can to get real results for my clients. And yeah, we're going to charge accordingly, but I'll tell you, we're really going to go to bat to get results for these people. And thank God I did not listen to that guy, because our business is just exploding in terms of the income we're producing, sure, but also the difference we're making. And at the end of the day, like I said, if you're not making a real difference in your business, it's going to get harder and harder and harder to get out of bed in the morning, because what are you fighting for? When things are smooth and everything's smooth sailing and it's great, it's like, fine, whatever. But every business has big challenges. And what's going to carry you through those challenges is your sense of purpose. And what fuels your sense of purpose is to be able to look out across all of your clients and see changed life after changed life after changed life. And so I know we started this conversation talking about premium pricing, but really what we're talking about is not high pricing. We're talking about high results. We're talking about high impact. And if you want to know how to differentiate yourself from the competition, again, whatever field you're in, 95% of people aren't even trying to get results. The 5% of people who are trying to get results, they don't know how to market themselves. And so every niche we've looked at, every niche we've ever had a client in is freaking wide open for someone who's hungry, who's serious about results, and who has a marketing game plan that we gave them that works and that crushes it in no matter what niche you're using it in. So how do you differentiate? That's how. And you're not going to be the imposter. They're going to be the imposters, because they're the ones just teaching, and you're the one really getting results. So whatever niche, whatever market you're in, I can tell you right now, this is the time to start applying these ideas in your business. So again, if you want to talk to us about how to do that, go to clientsondemand.com/talk, because seriously, it's all right there for you. If you're high integrity and you've got some good stuff and you're serious about doing what it takes to get real results for your clients, it's wide open.
Russ, that's so many great points and truth bombs. The other one I wanted to stack in there is people are asking in there about price. And price is somewhat irrelevant. And this is the thing too, guys. You got to get your head around this. You need to be making your decisions. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard this conversation. There's a difference between price and investment. or cost and investment. And people like, oh, wow, that's a lot. Well, if I spend $1,000 and I don't make 10, that's expensive. If I spend 1,000 on a cheap program and I make nothing, that's expensive. If I invest $5,000 and make 50,000, what's the return on that investment? And wealthy people get that. The second piece is that too many times people are like, yeah, I'll get it one day when I can afford it. Well, until you understand this concept up front, you will never be able to afford it. And it happens all the time. And so one of the first things, and this is one of the most common things that we hear out of the 2,500 people we coach, almost every single one shows up going, oh, my clients don't have any money. It's a belief. And there's 8 billion people. And while that might be true for some, you have to know how to identify. And when you articulate and know how to get, people find the money for the things they must have. I've door knocked well over 10,000 doors. I've been through countless projects. I've been in countless homeless people's homes, or not homeless, but I mean on welfare, people that were busted, literally bankrupt. I worked in short sales, people losing foreclosures. I've seen broke, and I walk in and there's a 60-inch plasma. And I see 2 jet skis in the driveway. And I see 4 pairs of Michael Jordan shoes. People find the investment for what they must have. And so there's a strategy there. It's I kid you not. I'm walking in, and guys, I have to get my head together about the value of my program. I need to know what the value is so that I can articulate that powerfully to the clients. Because if I'm selling coaching is only worth $300 a session max. If I sell transformation and I know how to articulate what the lifetime value of this could be, it's priceless. And that's what we teach in the program. That's exactly why people hire us, to know how to do it better than anybody on the planet.
So guys, look, if you want that, let us help you do it. Go to clientsondemand.com/talk. And I'll say one other thing, because someone actually asked that question directly. Like, what do you do if your client, if your market can't afford it? Trying to find out who it was, but I think it was Rebecca. Yeah, Rebecca asked, how do you deal with premium prices when you feel your target audience can't afford it? They can. Again, if something is transformational, then it's priceless. And if something is priceless, you're going to find people that really need it. And here's the thing again, and I really want you guys to understand this here. If you've got an offer that's $5,000 and you want to make $100,000 a month, that's $1.2 million a year. You need 20 people a month. Do you think that you could find 20 people within that market every month who can afford that? Yes, you can, especially with all of the resources that are available to you in terms of Facebook targeting and all the amazing specifics you can put into your Facebook ad targeting and your ad copy, so that you're specifically calling out and speaking to the people who need your help and who are willing to invest in themselves to create that outcome. So we've just never seen that before. We've never seen someone come into Clients on Demand where it's just like, oh, sorry, their market can't afford it. If you're advertising to people in, United States, Canada, UK, Australia, et cetera, you're going to find people that can afford your stuff. And if you market it properly and you know how to position it properly, where they understand, again, I'm not paying you for your celebrity. I'm not paying you because you're well known. I'm not paying you because you have this huge following. I'm paying you because I want to make something great happen and I know you can help me. Forget it. You'll be able to find those people. So guys, again, if you want to build this kind of business that we've been talking about, you really have a choice. You can take everything you've learned on this show and you can just kind of file it away in the back of your head and forget the whole thing. Keep doing what you've been doing. Or you can realize that you are meant to play a bigger game than what you've been playing. You're meant to serve the world at a bigger, more beautiful, more powerful level. You should be commanding premium prices. You should be getting the clients you want. You should have a business that runs like clockwork. And if that is what you want, let us talk to you about how we can help you make that happen. Go to clientsondemand.com/talk, book a call to speak to us. We'd love to speak to you. It'll be an absolutely transformational conversation. And, we can't wait to talk to you about how to apply these ideas in your business.
Let me give you guys one last thought. Again, start making your decisions based on your dreams instead of your present circumstances or conditions. Because it's like, you guys, it's all out there. And whether it's Rebecca or somebody else asking that, you know what? 3/4 of the world can't afford your program. They're in the Sudan, they're in Nigeria, they're in other countries where, their average daily income is $2.50. And that still leaves 1 billion people that we can serve. And there's still even more. And how many do you need? Like Russ said, you can find 10, 20 people who are committed to an outcome, who see and understand the lifetime value. And that's the sort of thing too, is that you guys, I kid you not, if you keep going cheap, the people that are doing cheap aren't going to get the result either. You know, and it's a myth. And almost everybody in COD, that's what they come back and they go, crap, I can't believe it. I used to try and do, what was it? Remember one of them on too? She was on a PBS special. She had how many? 11 million people. Remember, she's now in Millionaire Alliance. Remember? She's on they did a PBS special on her and her program, and she was willing to give it away for free. And she couldn't do it. Nobody wanted it because there was no skin in the game. She now is doing over 6 figures a month because she now has a strategy and she knows how to do it. And most importantly, her clients are now transformed. So guys, that was a person that had a TV special on her. And there's some amazing things available if you are committed to your clients and you can really deliver results.
And look, guys, every business is different, and this stuff takes work. Yeah. It's not easy. Like if you want to create a business that can do this, you're going to need to work your ass off. But we'll hold your hand every step of the way, and we'll coach you through it. And here's the thing: if you're not operating at the highest level, if you're not operating at premium pricing, and you're not taking advantage of these ideas, it's like, yeah, even if you are taking advantage of these ideas, it's still it's still work, but if you're not taking advantage of these ideas and you're doing things the old way, where you don't have a funnel and you're underpricing and you don't have a process for getting new clients in the door, then it's damn near impossible to create the kind of business that you want. So we want you to come and talk to us so that we can help you get every advantage, because that's really what you deserve, is every advantage to build this kind of high profit, high priced, high impact business that runs like clockwork. So your revenue is predictable, your income is predictable, and you have the freedom still to enjoy your life and go and do the things that you want to do. So if that's what you want, we'd love to talk to you about how we can help you make that happen. Go to clientsondemand.com/talk. And guys, thank you so much for joining us. That's going to do it for us on this show. If you're watching us on Facebook and you want to listen to these broadcasts on iTunes, then check out our podcast. It's the Clients on Demand podcast on iTunes. Or if you're listening to this on iTunes and you want to check us out on Facebook, go to Facebook and search for a group called The Art of High Ticket Selling. That's where you're going to find us. There's about 35,000 something entrepreneurs in there working to grow their businesses and apply these ideas. So jump in there. You're going to learn a lot. It's a great place to be. It's The Art of High Ticket Selling. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next show. Mark, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.